Hey everyone, it's Karen. Welcome to today's live training. So today I want to talk to you about whether or not you should be doing promotions over the summer break. So the deal is, right, like a lot of people go on vacations and they take time away or they take downtime during the summer. And so I was asked recently by someone in this group actually if they should continue to market their business or should they wait till fall. So I thought, well, this is a really good question because I think even as marketers, as business owners, we want to take a little time off or relax a little bit over the summer, right? I know I do. I'm leaving on Friday to go on a 10-day trip down to my home in Arizona, and I'm going to try to be offline as much as possible. I'll still be in and out of our group and doing some things, but it's not going to be as intense as it usually is, or my work schedule won't include as much as it usually does. So what does that mean for you and your business? What should you be doing with your promotions? So what I really want you to focus on specifically is when you are asking yourself that question, especially if you're new in business, when you're moving along and you're doing some things and then it's like, oh, now's not the right time. Now's not a good time to do this. Often that isn't really because it's not a good time. It's because you're feeling resistance to actually putting yourself out there. So the first part of this equation is really recognizing that it's just a fear factor, right? Because in the fall, if you wait till fall, in the fall it'll be, you'll have another excuse and then the holidays will come and you can push off building your business forever. There's always a reason why. There's always something that could slow you down or hold you back or be a conflict that you can create in your mind that just is a good reason when you're feeling resistance due to fear of putting yourself out there, fear of what if someone doesn't like your program, fear of what if no one buys. Truth is, you might not have anyone buy, but at least you've run through the motions. So I'm a big believer in you do it and you do it scared. You do it and you do it in an uncomfortable space. You do it even though you don't feel like you have all your ducks in a row. Right now with one of my private clients, I'm working with her on kind of rebranding one of her programs and spending some time on really targeting a brand new market. A market very specific and one she hasn't targeted before. And so we were just emailing back and forth this morning about this very thing. She has been doing the research I've been giving her to do, and she feels like her message is different than the standard, message that's out there around her program. And that's okay. That's cool because she has another layer to add to that conversation for this particular market. And so some of it she's feeling resistance around is that what if no one likes this? What if no one buys? What if this isn't a good market? It's a totally great market. She'll be fine, but I needed to coach her through that resistance this morning. So for you and what you have going on for this summer, if you felt any of that resistance or the thought has crossed your mind about, well, I'm going to be busy, well, the kids are out of school, well, other people are on vacation, I want to reassure you that this summer is a great time for you to promote your program. You may not or probably will not end up with as many people enrolling in your program during the summer as you would in the fall, or let's say right after Christmas and New Year, right? When people are thinking about weight loss or any other program, right? Even me in a business management sense, most people, I shouldn't say most people, more people will not buy during the summer because they have plans and they don't want to commit. But here's 3 reasons why doing a promotion during the summer will be really good for you and your business. Well, I guess the first one is, maybe I guess there's four. The first one is you're going to push through that resistance. Whatever that fear factor or whatever that nagging voice or negativity, whatever it is that's holding you back or causing to have resistance, you'll eliminate it, because the quickest way to get through resistance and the quickest way to get to the other side is by doing it scared, doing it uncomfortable. But more than that, I want to talk to you about going through a promotion from beginning to end. So if you're doing webinars, or if you're doing an email campaign, or if you're just doing a promotion on Facebook, the truth is, when you map out this promotion, when you say, on this date I'm doing this, and this date I'm doing this, and this date my cart's going live, and this date is when we start the program, and this date is when no one else can enroll, and you map this out, and then you actually implement. You actually go through every step of it, you're going to find that that practice is invaluable. You will have walked the walk one time. And whether you're doing that on your own, or with the help of a coach like me or someone else, or a colleague in your industry kind of supporting you along the way, the practice is so valuable. It's really invaluable, because what happens is you actually get to number one, you get to walk through all the steps to see where the holes are. Secondly, any piece of it, including when you have buyers and then you actually run your program, any holes that you have in the system, you'll be able to identify and then tweak them. So if part of the reason you're holding back is because you're waiting for this perfect moment, because you've got the perfect marketing message and you have the perfect program, I promise you that perfection is never going to come. No matter how perfect you think it is, there's always going to be a glitch. There's always going to be a loophole. There's always going to be someone that says, well, can we get some more information on this? Can you help me with that? And that you should be excited about, and not feel like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? You should be excited that you're walking this walk, which, believe me, most small business owners do not do, right? It sets you apart. But not only that, but you also are having live input, real people that want to help you build your program, real people that want to actually give you feedback. And there is nothing better than that. So number one is resistance. You're going to walk through the resistance. Number two is the practice is invaluable. Number three is it's never too early to start promoting your programs. So if you're brand new, now's the time, right? If you've been in business a while, but you haven't quite found your groove or your rhythm, now is the time. It is never too early to start building your list and building your clientele, right? Then right this minute. There's never a better time than right this minute. And it has been proven again and again and again and again. And anytime that you think your email list won't be responsive, or anytime you think that social media can't help you get the word out, you are fooling yourself. There are people on your email list right now that are wondering how they can work with you. They're not actively seeking it out, but if you put an offer out there, they're going to take you up on it. If you put something out on social media to grow your list so you can nurture it and then offer someone something to buy, you will get takers. Now, it may not be initially in the beginning thousands of people or hundreds of people, right? There are still times when I'm promoting that I don't get the response that I thought I would. Sometimes when I think I hit the nail on the head, I don't. And then other times when I think it's just like, oh, I'll just put this out there, I get a huge response. Go figure, right? That's why you have to constantly be putting something out there, because you just never know when and where and how someone is going to connect with you and buy from you. You'll hit them right at the right moment. So again, number one is resistance. You're going to walk through that. Number two is practice, because you need the practice. Number three is it's never too early to start promoting your programs, products, and services. Experience is so valuable. More than any coach, more than anything else, you actually walking it from beginning to end will be the best education you can get. And then lastly, number 4, this is a great time for a beta group. So if you don't know what a beta group is, it's actually when you have a program that more than likely you haven't run before. It's brand new, and you want to get some people in there so you can get some feedback, and you give it at a great, like screaming deal, like great price point. So I have a beta program coming out next month that I'll be running in August. I'll be promoting it in July. And it's going to be all about identifying your ideal client, creating a marketing message that works not only on your website, but all through social media, everywhere you are, about how to get your message out there in front of your ideal clients. How do you get in front of them? So it's all about branding, visibility, client identity, right? And I know this is a huge pain point for my audience. So it's a brand new program that I'm putting together, and I want to run a beta group. So I'm going to allow probably, 12 to 15 people to come along on this journey with me. It'll be at least 50%, if not more, off than what my final price will be once the program's all finished, right? But I'd like to run a beta program just so I can get feedback and figure out where those loopholes are or where those gaps are in the training, and learn more from my people, from my clients. So a beta group during the summer is a great place because you always want a smaller group when you do a beta group. You always want to give a great price point, and you always want to allow for massive feedback. So one of the things that I'm planning to do for my beta group is, once we go through the entire program, I'll probably get on the phone with each one of those people that actually did the program with me and get feedback and a testimonial and see how I can make the program better, and probably give them some final action items to move forward for any of their fall promotions, everything that they're doing. So I want you to think about the same thing for your business. Where could you do a beta group that you could actually give a great discount, huge discount, right? 50% or more, take a small group of people through a program, and with the understanding, right? You're going to be totally upfront. This is a beta group. That's why the price break is so large. Here's, like, I'm giving you all of this for a great deal. And what I'm asking in return from you is feedback, testimonial, right? And like your constant communication all the way along the way. It's a win-win. I've participated as a client in beta groups, and it's fun because you're part of what is creating that end result, and the person that is doing the training gives you so much more one-on-one attention because it's just this teeny tiny group. So how can you do that for your business? So those are the 4, which I started with 3, but I ended with 4. The 4 reasons that you should be promoting over the summer. So does anyone have any questions? I've seen, like, we've had people coming in and out. If you have questions, go ahead and post. But one more time, I'll go through the 4. Number 1, you're going to walk through the resistance. So if you found yourself not wanting to do a promotion or finding every excuse under the sun not to do a promotion, and you're using the summer time because kids are out of school and people are taking vacations, if you're using that as an excuse, then okay, can't do that anymore. I need you to push through that resistance and just do it anyway. Number 2, the practice. There is nothing that beats the practice of going through a promotion or a launch. Nothing beats it, right? You have to do it and you have to get comfortable with it. Number 3, it's never too early to start promoting. yourself, your programs, products, and services. It's never too early, okay? And I want you to be like on board with that, because you can start with something small. You can start with a piece of your bigger program. You can start with something simple to implement and something simple to sell, so that you can start generating revenue sooner than later. And you don't have to have a million ducks in a row, all of your ducks in a row in this perfect course in order to make sales, help people, move forward in your business. And then lastly, it's a great opportunity for a beta group. You only want a small amount of people in a beta group so that you can really give them that one-on-one attention and really get that one-on-one feedback back. So it's a great time to see if you have some takers. Maybe your beta group only has 5 people. Mine, I'm looking at 12 to 15. So it all depends on your particular market, your program, what you're comfortable with, and what you want to create. But it's a great time for you to do some type of beta program in whatever market you are in. So there you have it. I am a true believer that there is no excuse under the sun why you shouldn't be promoting during the summer time. Summer in the US, right? Summertime, and you should be spending as much time as you can figuring out how you are going to make sales in your business. Every week, you should be having some type of sales goal. Do you remember? Here's my, I talked about this a few weeks ago, my daily planner, and I have this little Post-it note that I keep around all the time. It says, what's the one thing you'll do today to make money? So if we're not clear on how we're going to generate revenue, we'll never generate revenue. And so promoting during the summertime, even though more than likely it's going to be a little slower period, that's cool. That gives you a little bit of a break too. But go through the motions. Go through everything that I just talked about, so that when fall comes, you can go full steam ahead into a bigger promotion. And by that time, you should definitely be having a bigger list to promote to. All right, guys, I don't see any questions. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you found this helpful. If for some reason when you watch the replay, if you come up with questions, post below the video and tag me so that I can respond. I can answer your questions. I want to make sure you are moving forward in your business. And today, guys, this is, right, hashtag Transformational Tuesday. Make sure that you're posting in that transformational post. Tell me one thing that you love about yourself that makes you happy with yourself. Not your exterior world, but the interior of you. Okay, question here. One more before we wrap up. Do you advertise these betas as you would a regular program? Yeah, I'm going to do a whole email campaign. In fact, I even plan to do a webinar. I was just talking with my coach, my business mentor, last week, and she recommended a webinar, and I thought, yeah, why not? I love doing webinars. So I'll probably put together nothing flashy, nothing like super intense, but a quick webinar that I can do to try to sell those 12 to 15 spots. So absolutely. All right, guys, have a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you in our group. Love you guys. Bye.